Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Obiaguchi and this is Study Law NG. Today we'll be looking at the law of contract, the nature of contract, the classification of law of contract, and the sources of the laws that guide contract in Nigeria. You're welcome. I would like to introduce the books I used while I was in university. First, I used Sagay, the almighty Sagay, Nigerian Law of Contract, and the publishers are Spectrum Law Series. Spectrum is one of my best publishers for law books. Yes, I did use this book back in 2018. It's a very good book for law of contract. I enjoyed it. Didn't know that for me, but then I used this one. See how of usage back at Peter. But then this is Law of Contract, a new approach by Vitus Namaka Opara. I'll put the name of the books in the description box. So we had Law of Contract, a new approach, Vitus Namaka Opara. When the publishers were Fourth Dimension Publishing Company Limited, Enugu. I loved this book. It is so rich. I recommend it over and over again. Lastly, Law of Contract by Asebua. This is new for me. I got this recently after I had studied Law of Contract and I enjoyed it. I loved the content. It's actually a very rich book. So if you're also looking at for in-depth knowledge, larger fonts, the fonts here are larger than Sage and other ones, rich as well, but Sage is loaded. The first part of this class today will be nature of contract. When you hear what is the nature of a topic, what is the nature of a course, what is the nature of a thing, the first thing that comes to your mind is what does it look like? If it's a living thing, what will I feel? If my eyes were bound and then I felt an elephant, what are the things I would see that would tell me, oh, this is an elephant? It looks like an elephant. It has the feel and the form of an elephant. You may say the tusks, the large ears, and then the big belt body, and then the heavy legs, and all of that. If you touch a zebra, or there are some things you touch, and this is how it looks like. What is the nature of a book? Or you could say it is rectangular, square, bound by the spine. It's a soft cover, or even if my eyes were closed and I felt a book, I could feel that this is a book, but I may not know for sure. So when we say what is the nature of law of contract, we are asking ourselves, what does contract look like? What are the things I would be like, okay, this looks like a contract. This is a form of a contract. This is the way contract should be. This thing I'm looking at is a contract. So let's go straight to the nature of contract. Generally, one could say loosely that contract is a form of agreement, right? Contract is when A meets B and then they come to an addendum, to an agreement, to one mind, to the oneness of mind. They have one mind, one thought towards an action, an obligation. That this person has to do this and this person has to do that. There is some form of agreement on that. That could be a loose form of contract. Sagi went on to say that contract is when, or the first nature of contract is that it is a form of an agreement by parties that the law may enforce. So when we see that A said do this and I'll do that, or this is what I will do and this is what you do, and then they have a form of agreement on that, they have one mind on that, one may say it's a contract. But as the class progresses, we are going to see some core elements that must be present before we can call a thing an actual contract in law. Therefore, generally, the nature of contract is that agreement where parties are of one mind of the obligations, on the obligations pertaining to the parties. That is, parties are of one mind on what is expected of each of them. Party A says, this is what I will do. Party B says, this is what I will do. And then they are of one mind, what we will call addendum. they are of one mind on that particular act or the obligations that both parties must perform. We know that this is what you will do. You shall, you know that this is what you will do. We are cool with it. We understand it. That is a loose nature of contract.